taking advantage of now. Mayweather thinks he's just as gifted. When you look down the road, do you see the same things for him?
Mayweather says his ambition is to unify all the titles from 130 pounds to 147 pounds, 4 of them individually. And surely somebody is going to show up during that time. But right now there really are no Felix Trinidads looming and lurking out there to make a big fight with him. There are, however, some fighters who can make an interesting fight against him. Some of them are the former Cuban gold medalist Joel Casamayor, an outstanding young professional, Roberto Garcia, who has one of the titles from California, and Jesus Chavez, a Mexican who was raised in Chicago. So there are some fights out there before he moves up to the lightweight division. Tonight, interestingly enough, his opponent, Carlos Gerena, has fought and defeated one of those fighters, Jesus Chavez. Gerena is the guy he's got to take care of tonight before he gets to whatever is down the road.
All right, but we're still talking about down the road for a moment, because down the road, Floyd's still only 22 years old. Reach advantage for Mayweather. They both weighed in at 130. They both weigh 135 tonight. That tail of the tape doesn't show the huge speed advantage that Floyd should carry into the ring. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Floyd Mayweather Carlos Topo Gerena fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the association.
For the two welterweight stars a week from now.
This is a fight that could have been held in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and filled a 13,000-seat arena. For reasons too complicated and too boring to go into, it wasn't held there, but we will see future fights of Mayweather in Grand Rapids.
Where his father, Floyd Sr., his uncle Jeff, and his uncle Roger all fought during their successful professional boxing careers. And here now, a closer look at Carlos Gerena.
All right, he was a teammate of Felix Trinidad as an amateur. The big win, again, against Jesus Chavez. The big loss to a classic boxer, Genero Hernandez.
Same man that Floyd Mayweather Jr. lifted his junior lightweight title, I should say, lifted his junior lightweight world title from in a TKO performance in which Mayweather was simply too quick, too multi-talented, too dazzling for the outstanding veteran Hernandez. And now here comes Floyd Jr.
Dazzling in a, is that teal? How would you describe that color? Yeah.
Well, you could call it teal. You could call it a bright light blue. It's not quite all the way to Carolina blue. I know that's what you were looking for.
Right. An outfit sewn by an aunt back in Grand Rapids, I understand.
Actually by a cousin. Cousin Letitia Mayweather is the architect of Floyd's in-the-ring wardrobe. During his early professional career, Floyd has been trained by all 3 of the predecessors of the family. Roger and Jeff took care of him until his father came out of a prison stint, and his dad's been in charge ever since. And Floyd Mayweather Sr. says to find a 130-pounder who could face off against his son, you'd have to go back to, the earliest days of Roberto Duran. So here's a closer look at Floyd Jr.
Well, there have been 4 fighting Mayweathers now, and their combined record, including young Floyd's, is 128 and 29. He's become a very valuable boxing property, and at the same time, he has started to collect real estate type property with a couple of homes and condominiums. Calls himself Pretty Boy because he wants to be a boxer who lasts a long, long time in the ring.
And now for the official introductions for this one, let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino of Las Vegas, Nevada, Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Present today. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, presenting the reigning and defending undefeated WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room, cautioned them again, obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck.
Can't help but notice that one of the judges for this fight, Ken Morita of Japan, was the genius who had Mike Tyson ahead of Buster Douglas when that fight ended. I don't think that Floyd Mayweather will need him.
Maybe we could have used him in the last bout. In his last appearance here, Floyd Mayweather Jr. outclassed a pretty good fighter named Justin Juco on the way to an 8th round TKO. Floyd gave himself an A+ for the performance and called it a brilliant display of boxing. And already here, he leaps on top of Gerena with left and right hand combinations. Looking like the attacking Floyd Mayweather, who took advantage of an Angel Manfredi mistake to knock him out in the 2nd round in Miami last December.
Yeah, he's trying to get Gerena out of here in a hurry, too.
Low blows by Gerena. 2 of them, 3 of them, steal, motioning Gerena to keep him up. Floyd Mayweather paid no attention. Then comes back with a little low blow of his own, and perhaps that was the response.
That's called handling your own business.
Floyd didn't even look at Steele. Just waited for his chance and banged Gerena with a little left hand below the belt. Now Gerena punching to the hip again. Gerena starts out here as though he's got a bad case of the Galata disease. Lead left hook by Floyd Mayweather Jr.
He's trying to go to the body and slow Floyd down a little bit, but it's not going to work too good like he's doing it. Because he's throwing low blows, he's going to get himself hurt, or he's going to get a point deducted.
Mayweather dominating round 1 with flashy combinations, demonstrating his offensive skills. Now, for the 2nd time in the round, Floyd backs into a corner and invites Gerena in.
Gerena goes in and doesn't do anything.
And then decides to walk away. I'm not going to fall for this trap.
You've tried that a few times, Roy.
What?
Trying to pull a guy into the corner or against the ropes.
Hard right hand to the body by Mayweather. Stuns Gerena, and a right cross puts him down.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Gerena trying to make for Richard Steele as if to say, hey, I'm fine, no problem.
No,
but his legs are stiff.
Yeah, he's drunk.
And Gerena trying to hold on as Floyd looks for one more clean shot. Carlos still doesn't have his legs back. 2nd knockdown of the round.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Exciting 1st round display by Floyd Mayweather Jr., who dances just a little as he goes back to the corner.
Thanks, Floyd. We needed that.
Oh, boy, did we ever.
Vamos, mírame, reacciona. Vamos, reacciona, vamos, mírame.
bien. How do you